compared to playing a
Okay, we got DRX on attack. We got GE on defense. Again, starting on defense, the better side with the double sentinel. And they're against double duelists normally.
And they were able to rally back. So
it's like the best thing you can have against the double duelist on this map.
We know the quality of player that they do have. One of the things that we need to be seeing is a bit more confidence from them.
When you just fight middle, I guess.
They
do come out on top, and they had a grab net for anyone that was going to swing late as well. So
very much goes the way of global. I could have called it the battle of mid.
I don't know, man. GE should just comp diff them, I feel like.
You had it right there in the palm of your hand.
Right in front of my face, and I just absolutely...
Maybe the Teo's too strong.
Facing in, taking quite a bit of damage here. Re-peaks. Orb just going to be picked up. As the paint shell has not thrown it, we'll be able to find one
got a lot of info in terms of the double push as well.
In the meantime, scale their way up forward into mid, now drop down onto the site. And can go ahead and smoke off garage, so they know that they've got two players. They're in behind.
Yeah, they get a good pump for heaven. They hold heaven. And does this guy get back his sight before the smoke goes? Ooh, they're in nice positions. Dude, is he really going to go wrap around B main? Damn. It's not planning for anyone right now. I think that's a mistake.
Not spotting. Estrella trying to line up these shots. Eventually he's able to find it there with him near the final bullet.
Okay, well, they're for sure going to think that he's somewhere heaven.
Last one left.
Spawn.
Here's the footsteps. He's approaching in from behind there, not watching for it at all. Mako striking, gets him off the spike. The push coming through.
Dude, show me some confidence this third time play time.
Just able to find the headshot before Mako can swing back around the other side of the pillar.
It's pretty nice in the end. Pressure of spawn.
This round is done and dusted, but instead
towards
their first pistol win.
Oh yeah, Mako there went around the world and almost stole this round away. Player advantage in mid there for GE, and they're able to capitalize, win the 2v1. An exchange there for Hyunmin. Like you said, sitting on that paint shells, I thought maybe you could throw it to delay it a little bit, but after to just go for the fight, Yudotan, a huge
it was a really unconfident round from Mako.
For Global Esports.
There was two chances where I feel like he should be swinging, proper committing. Okay. Oh boy, this could be really nice though. Everyone can be one shot right now. Mako takes the hit, drops him the gun, buys heavy armor.
Waiting any kind of jiggle peek here, but Nebula goes up. Poppy maybe having some kind of sneaking suspicion that there's going to be a little bit more firepower behind here.
It just is so Mako to just be that selfless. The gentle giant gives the gun over to his teammates.
It's not only that, but also Flashback has full armor.
That's true.
Maybe it's in case Hyunmin dies, so they have somebody else that can pick up the outlaw and have full armor.
That could be.
It might be that. You got two people that take turns.
Yeah,
it's a heavy investment.
It's just, you know, using the neon as the living drone to try to break through. Look at these trips though. That one right there.
Okay, so he's gonna have a chance to kill the jump peek at spawn.
Yep, that's something a lot of the ciphers have been talking about. Foxy9 was talking about it the other day in the post-match interview. Yudotan is gonna find Mako.
Oh, there's the jump peek.
Oh, he's gone too.
Considering the swing out, but
well, there goes the outlaw as well.
Does manage to find a trade back. The weapon be picked up. The answer is yes, and maybe the game plan is going as they had hoped here. Is Flashback. Oh,
the timing.
Yep. Snatches that up. Net gonna fall short here. Not able to find too much. Flashback scopes in, gets the shot, but now Spike on the floor. Flashback hounded down, and it is just Estrella. Try to see if we can get anything done. Smoke blooming the plant. Just gonna be stuck. And yep.
Hey, nice hand from G.
Gonna be seen, so Poppy able to go ahead and collect that one. So 2 casualties on the side of Global Esports.
And DRX definitely a little bit wrecked money-wise, especially when we're looking at Mako.
You in a really tricky position as DRX.
Yeah, he didn't get too much for this.
Knowing that your opponent's gonna have that outlaw, and with some of the players investing extra cash into that round, you're gonna be able to come through with at least 3 rifles.
DRX playing double duelist every map. Feels like they're leaning into that.
Armor. Okay, so yeah, a Sheriff in full armor, and then Hyunmin is just going to have the light armor. So, if you're going to run into that outlaw as Hyunmin, well...
Oh my god.
My goodness, well, incredible info.
Something about DRX and just not clearing scan utility versus Filipino teams. Shoutouts to Secret on Haven from years ago. Freeing able to find one. Flashback does get taken down. Crystal able to come away with that. This cage gets popped. Oh, missing each other like ships in the night.
Oh my god. That's so wild. He ended up going into 3-way crossfire.
things start getting away from them just a little bit, but Kelly's arriving. Finds one. Net getting a minor grab there on Mako.
Still should be kind of hard for DRX with their positions.
Very solid. And there you go, Poppy able to find one, finds two. Now in a position to go ahead and just close out the round.
Very nice for GE. Again, they should just comp diff them, and they're actually doing a lot of nice stuff with their comp. The fade is getting so much value.
Yeah, this is just so nice. I mean, the timing on that haunt just gives everything away for DRX, and they're immediately trying to find their flanks. Our global esports. Crystal, oh, unbelievable with the class.
Melly, hello with the tier 1. Thank you so much for the 26 months.
All hands on deck for DRX.
Appreciate that. Good to see.
Cleaned out. Poppy, so good in moments like this, and then able to double face there right as the poison cloud is dissipating. Really nicely drawn up by GE. A bunch of stingers for the side of DRX. Full rifles, a couple ults as well. Annihilation and the Cosmic Divide if necessary for GE.
Oh, this fade eye is nice though. Oh my god, we didn't check the corner. Wait, fade eye is kind of cool though. Once you commit, like if you go fast. Looks like G's done a little bit of homework as well. Knew they were going to go fast on this one. They have a fade eye for once you go at super aggro.
Tries to scale forward, tries to catch Crystal off guard. Wise to it. Picks him apart, Estrella out. Desperately trying to reposition, TP's in towards backside. Scoops with the Vandal, the pressure being applied. Estrella out, last one alive.
6 bullets.
1v2 with Crystal low on HP, nearly lining up here for him.
Good damage in the end.
Yudotan last alive.
Still like this from GE. They were kind of prepped for what was going to go, what was going to happen.
Yeah, and they try to go for the fast hit, and Freeing just doesn't check that corner. It's a trade and then a gun upgrade for DRX. And then everybody else from the side of GE is quick to get over here. Great work by Crystal, being aware that somebody could be pushed up. I think Freeing there wide swung outside of the drop rope from B tower, where if he had tried to isolate that fight, I think he could have done a little bit more in that situation, but maybe just didn't anticipate that there was going to be everybody, you know, 2 players.
Okay, now they got a lot of ults to keep the snowball going. They're up against Omen ult. Don't think they're going to have a set strat with it.
Nope. DRX.
Salvos to take this. Wait, what is this?
As in tune with this.
This like on the roof and it points down. That's pretty cool.
With the rays and the neon, haven't quite really seen it find some of those big hit moments, some of those fast combos that will put GE players off balance and get some freebies.
Reposition from Patrick, who bit of an all-in spot here from him. Does slowly slink back over and defend before the Nebula dissipates, so keeps himself safe here for the moment. Bit slower here from the side of DRX. Have to suspect that not being able to find a round win here is going to be the likely call of a timeout. It's Mako. Not going to get darted here by the camera. Oh, tries to slide in, get alongside the wall, but he cannot. Yudotan quick to go ahead and find that punish. Now the Nightfall going to be layered.
Damn, he actually got killed by the trip as well.
Rifle damage to find the kill.
Yeah, dude, if the DRX play like this, they're really going to struggle. The GE has some nice stuff though. They get some nice stuff. As there's pressure over towards here as well, they drop the wall so they can rotate heavier. Getting full info over towards middle.
Time keeps ticking.
Oh boy. I mean, you gotta kind of rethink some of these ideas. There's some micro mistakes that are costing you, and then you'll
yeah, definitely seen the double sentinel come up pretty strong.
But there's all that util that's in front of it.
Cypher's wrecking
the Cypher stuff.
Cypher's wrecking the neon.
You have everything you want to slow that hit down as
Deadlocks,
Global Esports.
giving them good info.
Just kind of running right through it. So
the fade again is just doing great stuff.
Absolutely phenomenal on Ascent, and Global Esports looks phenomenal here.
Okay, they got one hero gun.
Still sitting on Annihilation and a Cosmic Divide. Okay, Estrella, good for one.
Maybe 2 hero guns.
All going to be sent, but I think it's a little bit of a whip.
Yeah, we'll miss the mark as well, so they can just push all the way in.
Mako lurking.
No way he wins
second
that.
Shot connects. Kelly S on the floor, and Mako says, "Yep, I'm satisfied with that." Reroutes back through sewer. It's going to be a world away from the rest of his team, but given the player advantage, should be relatively safe. And now, Global Esports constantly have to be looking over their shoulders for this Viper.
Spike planted.
You're going to use that Tejo util to try to keep people at bay, allow Estrella to shift over to Garage, but he's kind of turning his attention back and forth, timing.
Swing in, Patrick Hu able to win out the fight. Showstopper is online.
I don't think he'll use it unless they get another kill.
Weaponry. Does he decide to pull the trigger on this ultimate? The drop down, Yudotan's going to be felled there. Swinging from Hyunmin, finding another. Now it's all down to Patrick Hu. Freeing, just able to escape. The paint shell going to go his way. Swings forward, ends up dying. Patrick Hu needing to win the fight.
Good damage though.
Kill on the Hyunmin.
Ends up being good damage. Mako picking up the gun at middle, so they get one upgrade. They brought a gun into it.
Well, it really seems like quick decision making is the name of the game here for DRX on their attacker side on Split. It's just that opening kill.
Ziusun, thank you so much for the gifted, bro. I appreciate that.
There was one in mid, of course, as well with Mako, but once Estrella found that kill on site, it is just everybody rush
really good, to be honest.
Get in there and take that space, scale forward, and get ready for the plant.
Okay, so a couple of these rounds were low. Dude, I wasn't even on top of that. A couple of these rounds were low, so G have to go down to an eco.
Use the Tejo utility to clear the corner, Boombot to clear front. And immediately a couple players from GE trying to tuck in. They're on a weaker buy already after winning 5 in a row.
Crystal, the only person with a classic first contact.
Holding the line for one, Yudotan able to go
hey,
ahead
what
and push forward. That's going to be a weapon.
They got a gun from it. They got a gun and space.
Yes.
Now they're going to double that gun as well.
The rest of the team trying to push their way forward here. Into the side, flashback.
11 HP.
Go ahead, draw the weapon, stabilize. Find that kill. Showstopper going to be set.
Oh, that
Flips
is.
the corner of the pillar. Kill not found for there. Things now grinding to a halt. 3v3 with flashback dangerously low.
Just how are you going to check this corner?
Drop down. Solid damage dealt. That's going to be a timing from Yudotan. Showstopper sent up into heaven.
No way.
Finds it. The puppy is there
11
now.
HP.
Flashback.
Not a good plant for heaven.
Puppy has no idea.
It's going to be left guessing. He's playing it patiently, but flashback.
What did he do? Tap the spike. Oh, send it. I don't know. He's oh my goodness.
A glimpse of him. Knows that he's not going to be going for any kind of defuse, so finds the headshot to be able to go ahead.
That's a rough one. Dude, G still did pretty good damage though, to be honest.
I just absolutely scrappy there. Yudotan, nice job. Again, GE always is coming at you in pairs. So I really like the way that they're focusing on the teamwork here on this defender side. Yudotan had a tremendous round, just got clipped by that showstopper.
The DRX rounds, yeah, they're not convincing.
Great patience shown by Flashback. Cutting sound, waiting that out, and using it against his opponents. Very, very nice. Whoa. This is a really early
the old school, the 10
this
star.
This has got to send your danger senses tingling.
The 10 star, the instant ult. They used to do it like this.
Stray shots over towards Yudotan.
Yeah, problem is it does give you a lot of space to like clear through middle.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. It feels like there should be some kind of set play off the back of that, and DRX was just...
Nah, it's just the 10 star, you just delay. But the 10 star did straight line, and it would just be like this, so you can kind of just hold
cut off through there too.
Like all of this.
But then
it didn't.
But this gives you a little bit of freedom here. Then you can swing off of it.
I can see if there's some kind of plan behind it. Maybe they just couldn't execute it for some reason. Maybe there was some piece of util that slowed things up that
this
they weren't
expecting. This is an strat,
sure.
yeah. This is like a 2022 set strat from a tier 2 team in EMEA.
Not sure about the cook on this one.
And honestly, it didn't. Well, it had okay success back then. But
that being said, though,
they also used it differently.
For the side of DRX,
all they're trying to do is like delay, right? They're trying to ult. It feels like it's some kind of weird set round, so then they're gonna try and go aggro somewhere, probably over towards middle is what you're thinking.
Nothing that comes of that. The big problem here for GE is that
gives them a lot of space in B as well.
You're forking over the
so
economy
odd.
game because of that. So they're anticipating aggression. It just doesn't come in the spots that they're expecting.
And then they push through their own wall.
Estrella's right there. Well, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, for sure. They're trying to delay. Basically, they're trying to delay, and then you go fast into the double sentinel util, and then you're getting caught by stuff.
Still have a couple ults to work with too. Annihilation though for Kelly S could find some value here. There's 3 players stacked right outside of B. We're looking for some kind of trap play, I think, off this grab net. You could do like grab net into gravity well into paint shells. It could be really annoying for DRX.
It does have that annihilation on the back as well.
True.
So yeah, I mean, you can see just waiting to try to spring this trap. Question is, does anybody from DRX really fall into it? They're just going to go ahead and swing on the court. Paint shell now going to be lobbed in. Gunman going to be able to find one. The net being removed. It is going to be DRX who are able to trade up as Kelly S also gets taken down. Patrick Koo able to avoid getting stunned. Flashback comes sprinting at him. Lightning Fingers in play. Crystal brings that to a very quick close.
They got a little bit unlucky that they've like 4 pass and commit swing.
Down to 47. Now going to be caught out at range there by Estrella. Yudotan, last one alive. No weapons recoverable here for him.
I don't think you need
these are all on the eco.
Oh, no, you don't use the pit.
Please don't.
Okay, does manage to find one. Has to reload it, though, and on the Jiggle Peak knows that he's dead.
Okay, I think maybe a timeout.
4 to 5. 50,
giving them a lot of rounds. It was looking really good.
In with an opportunity to go back into a buy round.
B's looking rough.
Back into the driver's
like A's looking good, B's looking rough. Think what's going to happen is they're going to call a timeout. And they're just going to call a switch, right? Cypher's going to go over towards B.
To clear the back of pillar to get that judge out of there. I was
it might be too obvious, but I think it's
scanned towards the util. Once that judge was identified, how DRX was going to be
4 in a row.
do it. By the time I saw, the salvos were already out from freeing. So little things like that, protocols that DRX has, so good. Kelly S trying to get ahead of that smoke. A little bit of damage towards Patrick, who, again, DRX so happy to contest for this. Oh my God.
Yeah, they hear all the spamming. They know they're going to be safe spamming from the normal angles.
Clearly, I mean, I think what they've been drilling is Mako's just been teaching everybody how to get kills through smokes.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of Mako, Ted over here, continuously noted.
Yeah, that's a good kill and is good info from him. Prowler goes out, cleared everything, picks up the orb, gets his orb. Another Prowler to see if they timed the original Prowler and if they need to rotate.
Gotta be careful with the footstep noise.
So,
had Crystal stayed there.
At one point, Chris is going to fade at this as well. Does he get good timing? Oh boy, can't get much worse for GE here.
Crystal.
Yeah, that's nice from him though. Gets the early info so the rotate can come in. Fade eye, does he swing off it then? Sorry, fade all even. Fade will at least hit all of them so they know they're all here, but was kind of wasted.
The spike now. Trying to assess, it seems, where they really want to plant this. Instead, it's going to be the back corner. Freeing off the back of this, does have that Armageddon now online.
Go ahead.
There it is. Sends it towards screens. That's going to filter everyone in towards heaven now, and they're going to be filling screens on the back of this. Yudotan able to find the first, however. Estrella finding back, finding 2. Neural Theft reveals all the free. Does not matter. Does not.
Yeah, I like the calling on this one though. The calling on this from DRX is pretty good. I just wish Crystal didn't insta-use his ult after he saw one. Do you see the neon, the perfect time to util? You should kind of know that's what's happening. Especially with no pressure around the map.
A couple Prowlers go out.
Sliggy, how long until you think Eamon or anyone in Liquid finds the picture of Boulder Mill at the office? When did you put it there? Dude, you'll never know when they find it. Anyway, Eamon will just find it, look at it, and put it in the bin. Like, you won't even. He doesn't have a social media head. He'll just look at it and just go, "What?" He'll probably send it to a mill. You put it 2 months ago.
The coaching staff so well.
Dude, I tell you, I reckon Eamon's found it and he put it in the bin.
He
would have sent it to a mill and that would be the end.
Maybe another fast map, send it over to map 3 is now all of a sudden 5 in a row for DRX and it's tied up.
Or let me know where you put it.
Oh boy.
And next time I'm there, I'll check if it's still there. But I won't tell them.
Before closing out the half, Global, I mean, if they can pick up the next 2 rounds, 7 and 5, I'm not going to feel too bad about that. Just given this double duelist setup from the side of DRX. They should be finding value when it comes down to the attack. You were able to deal with it so well for those first 5 rounds. and even play them close in some of the ones following up behind that.
Yeah.
But it's going to be another thrifty attempt.
It's really rough, man, for GE. That's such a good start. Okay, they go for trap play. Now this one's old school. Camera spots feet. I don't think they'll fall for this one. You never know. Camera spots feet, they get to a set point. It's going to be grab net into stun into nade.
This smoke has to be sending alarm bells in your head.
Yeah.
It's way deep.
So leave Hyunmin back around the corner. You could just paint shell if they really have a strong idea of it. Looks like they
Did they play their judge setup so far back?
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Ooh, nice though.
That's the spike.
Every pallet first shot.
Crystal not in control, and Mako, once again, noted. GE, a very solid read on this round. Only one shell left.
Doesn't reload.
For Crystal. Here's the weapon getting picked up. Spike as well. He's going to be sending out the C's nade. Looking for the grab.
The art's in a VPAC.
Tiny bit of damage there. Relay to try to clear the corner of the slide, and flashback able to find one. Crystal going to be done with the salvo into the corner as well. Freeing
the 2v5. Definitely gotta look at Kelly S. He's made a lot of space.
In hand, looking for the headshot, cannot find it. Freeing just a little bit faster, but Yudotan, Stinger at that range, still able to find the damage.
It should be so fine because Kelly S is here pretty early.
Flashback gives them a winning chance, and there you go. Kelly S recovered. Vandal pushing forward, catches him off guard, and Global will be able to pull it off.
Yeah, when in doubt, get the judge out.
Weapons and economy, but still winning out the round and getting themselves up to 6.5.
Yeah, just not really being able to sense that trap where DRX kind of aware that maybe somebody could be in B main, but not quite aware of the weaponry that was going to be right around that corner. I mean, a lot of times the judge is going to be up in, you know, mail or up in vents, things like that. This time, it is right next to them. Good reaction, though, here to use the relay bolt into the Tejo util. At least give themselves some kind of chance. But the whole time this battle's going on outside of Garage, Kelly S is just walking through spawn after they kill Mako. He's just taking his time going on the walk. And he will find a ton of value because of that. Couple away from Freeing's ult, still sitting on that Viper ult for Mako, but he's been on solo duty over at A. And this time, off the rip, GE sent an extra player over, thinking that maybe it could be an aggressive push.
The change of the op out?
The Freeing flashback
No, they need to get info.
Through and towards mid. There's a sonic sensor that Kelly S is going to try to play off
they need to get info.
From heaven.
He's spamming non-stop, so they know they got B main.
They're trying to bait for him a little bit there. But the smoke goes up, and Poppy's going to reposition.
It does eat a tiny bit of damage there.
Just a bit. See, now DRX very wary of many of these trap plays, and GE might be.
Okay, nothing happens for a little bit. They have no info over towards middle, so they decide to push fake smoke. It's a classic.
Saves him off here for the first paint shells.
Oh boy, he has no idea.
Any clue? He does not know. You could knife.
No surprise.
How long does he wait for?
Wait.
Well, he's trying to see if there's anybody else pushing in this angle. There's not. He's all alone. Patrick Kuhn out, dead in heaven.
He wants more.
Elias, though, continuing to play this quietly.
He wants more. I'm scared, but it's smart.
Behind, now opens up here with the shots. Swings back in, looks for a little bit more, but Stria
Unlucky.
just able to win out that fight. That could have been everything. Quick peek in from Crystal.
Yeah, I mean, as we can see, he needed to get more, so it's the right play. Could have ended worse. Yeah, but as soon as that guy dies in heaven, he's like, he's got to get two.
Might as well.
I think he's just like, yeah, we're fine without it. Seems to be the thought process here. Is
6? Oh, I feel like DRX would be pretty happy with 6.
Snake bite perfectly at his feet.
Especially considering the start.
Fantastic bank shot, and Mako will go ahead and deliver the final shot. So 6-6 at the half. Global looking a hell of a lot more alive at the beginning of this one, but then struggling. DRX finding their footing for quite some time there.
Yeah, again, a lot of trickery that we're seeing as the half wore on and things got more difficult for GE.
0-5-6-6, yeah.
Some of it didn't. Good post-plan protocols as always for DRX. Yeah, pretty curious about this defender side now.
The next game, T1 again.
Agent composition. You know, how aggressive are you going to be able to get with that Neon? That's a big, you know, kind of gamble that you're taking on this map, running a neon on it, right? Like if you can put some pressure on your opponents, if you can find some good relay bullets, find some good combos, you can take a lot of space early, find those first bloods, but it can be tricky. Seen a lot of teams try and fail to run the neon on split.
Pacific is a low floor. Out of all the regions, they might have the highest floor at the moment.
Standard-ish comp, other than, you know, kind of the double sentinel deadlock. Was that enough value on that defender side? Kind of one of those big questions you always have when you run.
Well,
you know.
Yeah. You mentioned it on that ascent. Now that they shift over onto the attack, they have that critical piece of utility.
Yeah, the
Who's better, Team Secret or 2G? I mean, 2G is probably better, but
we'll see.
2G is also better than like two teams in Americas right now.
Very comfortably and quickly. Then yeah,
behind on the times.
Absolutely can make things a living nightmare for the side of the DRX.
And even if you can get mid control on this map, it's really annoying as the defenders, because you can either cut off mail or vent for the rotation. So there's a little bit more that the deadlock wall can actually do on this map on the attacker side.
Secret of Furia? Okay, now we're talking.
In theory.
I think Team Secret beats Furia.
How far can GE get?
Unless the sense, well, Furia would win Ascent, and then Team Secret will probably win every other map.
That it is. Quickly panicked. Sends out that suppressed drone and flashback out from heaven, able to find one. Yudotan Patrick Hu, however, trading up.
Fair play, man. They absolutely sent it. Patrick did good.
Patrick Hu tagged up down to 58. Oh,
the greedy plant, but I get it.
Plants are dead.
Now they go for the safe plant. Hyunmin gets a pretty good timing. Just push through the smoke. Oh, the timing off is.
A glimpse of either, it would seem here. Both players not noticing as Mako will be taken down. Now the approach coming through, Hyunmin narrowly able to survive.
Should have done enough damage with Hyunmin on 10, we'll see.
Straight up.
Crystal probably didn't feel confident to fade out here.
His back for his team. Crystal now tucked away. Completely quiet. Strikes, finding one.
Okay, very nice. Double pistol for GE.
For the fade. Global tie things up 2-2 in pistols. They regain
it was
the
2-2 though.
Yeah, this is just a good coordinated effort. Who was it that dropped down there? It was flashback to try to back up freeing. Don't know if I agree with that play there. Got a little ambitious. You know, felt like maybe they were going to be able to shut that attack down, but Patrick Hu got pretty deep pretty quick.
Just finished the Lev Fury vote. Not convinced about Lev still.
What angles you were going to be able to deal with.
It's hard when Fury played like that to be confident about anyone beating them.
Very well thought out. DRX fought back a bit. Mako, as always, good for kills through smokes. But wasn't enough this time. No buy up at all to speak up for DRX. But it's got to be in the back of your mind as GE. So you're going to be a little bit more diligent. Well, bye-bye, Mako.
Quick elimination found there. Patrick Hu. Oh, getting him lined up.
Yeah, double.
Down to 13
double.
On the back of that. Slide in from flashback is going to be good for a kill, as freeing similarly does find Yudotan. But now it is just a straight up. Very low on HP, with not much more to be done.
Okay,
Delay there from Poppy.
Waiting for
the
the sound as well.
Not much loss in the way of economics. So global.
Current form NRG versus Lev, who wins? I still think NRG win.
Go into their bonus.
Yeah, and it's looking pretty decent.
But again, it's hard to gauge where Lev are at the moment.
Good value out of the Marshall there. Couple quick kills for DRX. They spring into action off of contact. Try to do what they can with the classics.
Boys, let's go, boys. Just fucking win this map, bro.
Let's win the map.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, for what it's worth, Kelly S does a great job just always staying positive, being vocal. You can hear him up here in the caster booth. Who's freeing?
Not eating any damage this time around. Straight up.
Okay, big buy rounds.
Moves it up over the
big
top here.
Smoke into triple swing. I like this. They just absolutely send it.
And it's gonna be a 1-for-1.
No, they don't. Oh.
Blast back across. Patrick
Oh boy. They like hesitated and then absolutely sent it and then tanked the nade because of it.
Oh, I love this. Freeing, aware that they had given up this space, using the drone to clear it.
But I understand the hesitation, right?
They were at heads up.
End up being a 2-1-1.
Just drift back here from flashback. Not over challenging for the fight. Freeing eyes in towards that A heaven position in case they come up through the vents. Flashback gets positioned here on the rafter, just on that corner. drops down, makes some noise though. Not the silent drop. Intentional or not, hard to say. For now, Global
Okay,
Esports
DRX takes some space. We have a one-person fake over towards A.
Trying to get some kind of read, waiting for this haunt
Does
to
it
come
cause
back
any
up
kind of
before they make
rotate,
any moves.
especially as
They're
they
trying
cleared
to
over
just throw
towards
some
B?
util
Let's
to
keep
sell
an
it
eye on
fake.
Hyunmin.
They just took the time to go ahead, double clear into garage, get the orb.
No,
Yudotan head
doesn't
spotted,
really
take
buy on
off.
it. 20 seconds.
Grab
Kelly has to do a
not
madness.
Find anything there, and Kelly has flushed over towards this side of the pillar. The spike is still in hand, needing to clear this out. Cannot find it. Spike will be down. The round will come to a conclusion. The bonus conversion not on the cards here as DRX bringing things back, being damn close. One round separating as Spring will find the final kill.
Stop your momentum.
Really
So
aggressive
drop him
towards mid this
down
time,
and
but
shift
DRX
F.
so good about understanding when and where players could be. That one from Estrella, you can't really blame him on. You're just anticipating, you know,
Who's the best team in
one
Korea
of their players,
now?
whether it be one of the Sentinels.
Are you
or
quoting
Poppy,
or are you
is
asking?
gonna maybe try to challenge that
It is
angle.
T1.
So you're trying to use that as kind of a catch that solo lurking player off guard. Instead, there's 3 there. He at least is trading 1 out. That's not bad in that situation. But really, for me, freeing there with that timely stealth drone is what really allowed DRX to settle in comfortably there in the mid round. Very, very heads-up play from him.
Right, let's start looking at the money. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't buy. 1. Can't buy.
Backed off by the util. Has to pull out the grab net.
Punish over towards middle with the grav net nade. They don't get too much for it, and they don't get any space for it either.
Global just fishing where possible, trying to see if they can catch anything here for free.
Estrella's trying to inch forward.
Block of vision.
Nobody's really
So I do think, in my opinion here, DRX mess up a little bit. Like, in my opinion, freeing drone is really early. Like, he's droning as he's done the Cypher cage.
Trying to just hold back this line. Keep them protected for Hyunmin, who swings in.
Oh, he
Almost
just
has to
get.
line up.
Don't do
Only gonna be
this.
good for 1. Looking for the transfer there. His flashback. He cannot. It's gonna be Poppy coming away with 2. Looks for a little bit more, but freeing in from behind, able to go ahead and find the punch. Now Yudotan.
Man, neons are so crazy.
Double stack this. Really smart from DRX.
30
Smoke
seconds left.
set up. I mean, he has a cam. He could throw it out maybe, but I don't think he's going to get much of a glimpse here.
I mean, he clears a fair amount.
So stray shots to connect. And as he goes
Wasn't
for
the worst
swing,
attempt.
Estrella is there.
Okay, force him down to an eco. The double
We are tied up at
pistol
8-8.
lead hasn't
Global
really given him too much of an
knocked back
advantage. It's going to be rough here, I
attempts.
think.
Another attempt here out of Thrifty, pulled off the previous one. This would be a critical one to win.
I mean, the timing there, not bad from flashback. Almost transferred over for the second. Freeing quick to react through the vents. Get over. Find that extra kill. Poppy's still busy watching.
If I'm Yudotan here, I'm kind of calling that from one cage. He used his drone. So if his team chills, he might be able to one cage, get the drone out, hide from it, pop the second cage and actually lurk and get some space.
Still Crystal taken down.
Or we can just dry swing.
Little bit of damage found on the Mako, but Mako wins those. Free peek from flashback. Quick little reload. Ping out. Kelly S through the smoke is able to go ahead and put the outlaw on the floor. See how much more damage they're going to be able to find.
Gee, you're probably going to time out after this. What are they going to be working with? Let's see.
For Kelly S.
One away from so many ults. They're going to have Deadlock or Astro.
All of a sudden, it's a 2v2. Still a chance for Global Esports for sure.
Probably
free gun. Makes a bit of noise though.
I imagine DRX are at least going to have some kind of punish over towards B main or go aggro with the double
like
duelist. Or it could be a sick round to do for a double walk push middle. Honestly, I think the double walk push middle is the one.
Just waiting it out quietly here.
Luxo or Cortezia? Bro, Cortezia is insane, man. Or Cortezia. Am I meant to say it again? I did know and then I forgot.
Everything being
it's Cortezia, right?
As the clock hits 15 seconds remaining.
I think he's a monster, man. I mean, he's so good.
Just get the plant would be nice here for the side of Global to get that money. It's free, going to be pushed off the angle. They're out into the open.
Oh my god, where the bullet's going?
Okay, eventually, stability found. An extra casualty picked up there for the side of Global Esports, but DRX close out the round and now regain the lead 9-8.
I'm just so impressed with the way that DRX is so communicative and the way that they know when not to fight.
Yeah, they both look
so
really good
though. You'll
though.
see when they're in an advantage in a 4v2 and the players will get overconfident and they'll push. In this situation,
Jogamo, thank you so much for the raid, bro. I appreciate that.
They're
Thank you.
They're allowing the players from A to rotate over so they can really all collapse
how you doing?
together
Hello.
onto those last 2 players of Global Esports. Don't give them any chances. Doesn't matter if you're up against an eco, play it correctly every time. And that's something that DRX does so well. And it makes it very difficult.
We're watching what is potentially
to get
the end of DRX.
2
Global.
VXs or 1 VX wins against
Global
them.
double pistol
happen,
and
course,
they just lost the lead.
but the way they play it is so textbook. Global Esports coaching staff, Darion in there today as well with Elevated, trying to help his coach
crazy.
head coach out.
That's a crazy line, man. Bro went for the first message with that.
First time in 2 years, after 2 years.
It's funny.
To see DRX and GE.
We talked about how important this one could be here for GE.
That was good though. Okay.
You're in a great spot to make
Calvin, up still. He's got all, and I want to see a nice plan. I want to see a nice plan from GE. Orbs are important at the moment.
You win that series and then you're in. Now,
so you would imagine
would make that series
that if there's no pressure, or they see them fighting early over towards A, they could go get this orb.
DRX in this round. Hyunmin's on the op, has a showstopper.
Crystal, you got
Crystal's
a little bit of
really good in these
util.
situations. We've seen this a couple times where he's able to outduel these operator players.
Okay, nice.
A lot more pushing in towards him. Sends out the blast pack.
This is the first time they've done this, so it probably is a little bit too obvious. They've been double caging here. It's the first time they double cage Heaven as well. And obviously they've used an insane amount of fade util. Oh god, this ult's nice as well, and they dropped the spine. We got any smokes from Estrella? No, so they can't smoke on top of it though, so they can't hold this.
Just tucks back to the opposite side. They'll abandon the spike. They'll maybe allow it to be recovered. There's op shot ringing out. Not going to be finding much there. Spike now in hand. Crystal picks it up.
Still think minimap-wise, GE don't look in the worst position if we ignore the spike and the time.
Over onto the Raptor. 30 seconds remaining.
When you add the spike and the time in, they're absolutely wrecked.
That spike right now being
but they are doing the right thing.
The sewer across the map. B site opened up. Estrella, however, nearby.
Astra ult fake as well. Big jewel at middle. Give me this jewel at middle.
Going to be absolutely dunked on. Showstopper now in play. Paranoia sent here from Estrella.
Damn, bro. Wait, you actually played this really nice. Wait, you played that really nice.
Spike is on the floor. This round has gotten away from Estrella.
That was sick.
Are clean at the end.
That was so nice from him. He had to do it all, and he did it all. And he didn't.
Before he pulled the trigger.
And he didn't like panic use his flash.
There for Global Esports. Just a great back and forth with Hyunmin and Freeing here.
What a beast! Now he's looking great.
God, that's so good. And that immediately sets up the ult.
Estrella on DRX, yeah, Bane out, Estrella in.
They were just coming back into cycle to try to catch them as they went back towards the sewers, but instead he used it just to
nice shots as well. Nice shots, nice util usage.
Allow him to rotate
Dragon
back
heavy,
allow flashback to get
doing
over,
his
allow
role.
them to swarm that site. Mako tucked behind the box, got a spot, got out of dodge. Seemed to sense that C's coming.
Trying to scale forward. I mean, Patrick, who was just sent in, I think, unassisted into mid, ends up getting absolutely massacred.
And I never want to like harp on about eco strats, because obviously like an eco is like, it's a little bit whatever, but GE do this thing that really irritates me, where it's like they'll have someone that has a gun,
Just toying with them there.
and everyone else that doesn't have a good gun will try and make a play.
Flush them right into the shotgun.
And it's really irritating.
He's gonna go at him.
Why not?
Jesus Christ, bro.
Runs him down. Flawless. DRX 2 away from locking in a 2-0 victory.
Yeah.
Why did Genji not pick up Estrella? I don't know, because if Estrella's messaging me about Liquid Academy, I guarantee he's messaging every team in Pacific.
Your teammates.
So
making sure you're always making
they should have at least trialed him.
What else can you say? They're, as usual, Very fearsome.
He did trial for Genji. Oh, okay.
Okay, what are we doing there, Flashback?
But then that's good at least.
I think he still has the judge on the ground behind him. So he's going to show the op.
I think it's worth taking the moment to again also say what a glow up from Flashback. Yeah. Remember the first time
Trout for your Premier team too.
What the hell is this?
I mean, honestly, with how keen this guy wants to play,
oh god, yeah,
maybe
last year.
And then no, this year.
He just wants to be.
Was it his first time in
wants to be playing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And we were just like, what is this? And then the second half rolled around, and he started looking better. And then every other series after
According
that,
to Frost, his agent... Wait, how does Frost know this? According to Frost, his agent asked for more money, and Genji said no.
Now he's got the decision-making behind it.
I don't know if we... I mean, we'll take it...
It's pretty...
We'll take it for what it is. I'm not saying it's 100%.
A lot of space here. They don't have a ton of info.
Nothing.
They're playing for something aggressive.
Okay, fit, dude. On site, Mako is in trouble.
Nightfall going to be sent. Mako does get taken down, freeing.
Okay, big trade, freeing. Double sends though.
Showstopper out from Hyunmin,
Big Joe.
not finding much of anything, but Patrick Coop maintained control there of
Patrick's
elbow.
done pretty good.
Freeing will fall.
At least DRX all did this together.
A bit more fight available here for the side of Global.
Crazy guy, but fair play.
Finds the headshot. Poppy going to be taking down the overdrive in play. Drops down off the top.
Doable.
Still has a relay bolt available, but it's going to be a big round from Patrick.
Really good round from Patrick.
To get Global another one under their belt.
It's worrying though. Armor rebuy, 3 guns rebuy.
This is a weird one from DRX for me. It seems like kind of an on-the-fly decision by Flashback. You know, picks up the op, has the judge, so he says, I can just hold down the B corner.
ETMV. They do need some help. I think being in a team would really benefit TMV just for
maybe just a little bit of
understanding a little bit more in depth of some of his hindsight stuff.
Towards A main. We've seen that a lot from DRX, and that might have been enough for GE to get the read that
I think it's always worth people who want to be analysts to do it.
Kind of some scuffy moments there as well for DRX players.
But they're in a rough spot.
Standing right in front of this door.
And TMV probably doesn't make sense for him to do it, money-wise.
More players from DRX on this side of the map.
Over there.
This has to, yeah.
Guess they're just going to be picked off. Kelly S trying to swing in, but Mako out from window, finding him. I mean, Patrick Hu, for a moment, I think he accidentally threw the weapon on the ground. Swapped them out. Does manage to grab the spike as Poppy finding one. Opens up that B site, but
how do you get there?
Not a clear pathway.
It could go all the way back.
Flashback. Reading this incredibly well.
1.5 is the timing like here.
Poppy, does he swing back through right now in that astral form?
Ooh, no way. It's insane timing.
The repeat. Flashback still suspicious.
Respect the Flashback here.
30 seconds left.
Unbelievable.
And they're gonna figure this out real fast.
I hate TMV. What? No, I just think there's information that you'll only get if you're on a team in terms of game understanding.
There to go ahead and finish the job. 12-9 DRX.
Okay.
Look to bring this series to a conclusion.
3 chances, and considering they want a double pistol, it's pretty
very
rough.
Good changes round around here in their mentality. Immediately, Flashback is on his horse to get over there with that operator to back up that A side hold. Does a tremendous job with it. Even finds the kill onto Poppy there. Huge moment. Huge performance on this Neon. Kind of questioning on split. Well, question's answered in my mind.
Well, quick readjust from Flashback, finds a shot.
He grab netted the Prowler.
They're trying to pre-fire his exit angle. He just stays still for so long. He's able to avoid the lion's share of damage being thrown at him.
I think he got caught by the grab.
Boombot just gets a bit there, a splash, a lick there onto Patrick Hu. But this right now feels like Global very much is trying to get.
Big miss.
I was gonna say square peg into a round hole, but Patrick Hu.
Big miss. They still got the Viper on.
Able to find one, so off now going to be on the floor. The Nero theft.
I mean, shot.
Hoping to lead the path. Showstopper going to be sent down. Kill not going to be found. Juan gets a reveal on the 2. Hyunmin's still going to be low and does get finished off. But Mako is here on the site, looking for a little bit more, but cannot make it happen. Yudotan finds the second with the Stinger, upgrades to the Vandal. As the smoke gets ready to dissipate. Spike still not planted. Look at them trying to fight their way forward, freeing, able to find one. It does end up getting
two
dropped.
chances.
Global Esports not going down without a fight. Need 2 more rounds.
Yeah, and they managed to get out of there in terms of the
as good as flashback had been, that whiff up at B Heaven cost them. That's a great angle to take.
They're
going to
have to deal with the tail.
He had that fight isolated. Patrick Hu just wins it. He gets that. I think it's a very different round there because you don't have the
Razor. He shot it into the
maybe DRX is able to hold the
Viper,
line
right?
a bit
And
better.
Mecca just went out of
his
there.
ult coming into the next round.
Just take mid, boys.
Timeout.
All right.
Okay. First time out of the map for DRX. Even when, you know, that 0-5
3. I don't know about that. Hasn't looked crazy convincing in the buy rounds.
Didn't see Termi wanting to get involved, but seems like now he wants to make sure that they don't take this to any kind of overtime. For sure. Let's see, though. It's another opportunity for Elevated to get in with the rest of the players here.
I'll be really curious what the changeup might be. Maybe put a little bit more attention towards the extremities of the
six-man
map.
roster is Bane benched. We don't really know. Would imagine benched.
At times a little bit of a pressure point, but we heard just a brief kind of idea from Global Esports in their comms that maybe mid, although with Elevated coming through, might be different ideas for them as well. It seems like that's been a big
Give the script. TMV joins Wolves next year. Honestly,
to try to push against
Wolves
DRX.
need some help, man.
You have some ults.
That wouldn't be the worst
Poppy has
move
the
ever.
Cosmic Divide. You have the Armageddon for freeing.
How a team with actually that skill players is doing this bad is kind of nuts.
It's going to be a little bit awkward if they can't get it
on
done in this
like
round or the
roster-wise,
next one.
that's like a top 2-3 team in China. I don't know how they're struggling so much.
No, you tilted.
Wait,
Set
what
that
the
up.
hell?
Well, I think they thought that they were going to be able to have the catch, that he wouldn't be able to get out.
Okay, they go for the punish with the
When he's, like, right in the
stun.
corner and he could just go to
Salvo's on the left,
He was
stun
able
on
to
the
just get
right.
away, so they get rid of that Armageddon that could be pivotal in getting, you know, a retake of a site going. Cosmic Divide in play. Kelly is able to find one.
To be fair, Wolves are guaranteed playoffs. I mean, I would be embarrassed if they weren't, mate. Again, they have like the second best roster in China at the moment, in my opinion. Okay, nicely done.
Over the top. He will just put him
Yeah,
down.
it is rough at the moment for GE. In terms of positives, for Estrella coming in, they look really good.
With the 2-0 victory, and with that win, they have officially punched their